Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. First of all, if you like to support the channel, my PayPal will be in the description, so thank you very much. Now I'm back with part 2 of What If Naruto was Toji Fushiguro with the 8 inner gates, guys. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels if you're new. Yes, that's correct, I indeed have 3 more channels, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Symbol guys. Also, if you would like to see the text in What Ifs, that will be on Anime Prints. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead, check them out and enjoy. So without further ado or wasting any more time, let's begin now guys. So to do a bit of a recap for the last part that we left off, Naruto Uzumaki was born with a problem. He had chakra, but no matter what he did, he could simply not bring it to the surface. All of the children in the academy was excelling, even the ones that were primitive when it came to chakra mastery. They were growing, but not him. As he was heading home one day, he stumbled across Might Guy training. Naruto questioned him, as Guy, being as cheerful as he always is, speak about the physical part, as it doesn't mean that you're a failure if you don't have chakra. Guy found himself connecting with Naruto as he thought about himself when he was younger, hearing what Naruto was saying. So, he decided to help him. After Naruto asked for his help, of course. He later went to the Hokage to speak with him, where the Hokage brought up the issue that it was more than Guy originally thought. Naruto was incapable of using chakra in any single way. They believe it was a problem that happened because of the nine-tailed ceiling. That is what they believe. However, they had no true evidence to support this. Things just didn't seem to be good for him. But as months went by, something was strange. As Naruto slept one night, he was unaware to just how special he was. Due to him constantly trying to use his chakra, his full potential was held back. Naruto had a great restriction placed on him. A long time ago, there was the Uzumakis. This was before the Hokage ever even was a thing. Before the villages ever formed. It is said that there was a few Uzumakis that were born special. They had to give up something to have something. In Naruto's case, it was the use of his chakra. But without it, his mobility, it became something extreme. Harrison was able to find some information about this, but there wasn't much to tell. Well, Naruto was a Uzumaki after all. Guy noticed it. Naruto's growth was truly insane. His physical growth was something that astonished Guy. In a matter of months, Naruto was going through Guy's exercise when he was Naruto's age or a bit older. However, Guy was a freak of nature in terms of his training, so that was insane. As time went by, Guy became a Jonin sensei. Naruto would have his own Jonin sensei soon. So, their special training will come to an end. Naruto was grateful though, beyond so, as he really appreciated everything that his sensei has done for him. as Guy went off with Team 9. As for Naruto, as the time passed by, he was given a special test, Hokage orders, which he passed with flying colors. However, it was that night, while training, Naruto came across Mizuki and Iruka as they were fighting one another for the Forbidden Scroll of Sealing. When Naruto learned the truth about why the people acted that way around him, he froze up as he hid behind a tree. Iruka, though, his words inspire Naruto. That is where we get to see a bit of Naruto character on full display. He got so angry. Mizuki betrayal after all. When he first arrived to the academy, he spoke so fondly of Iruka. They were friends, bestest friends, and this, he was willing to kill him. Naruto did not hold back. It was Iruka that stopped him from ending Mizuki. Even the Anvus believed that this was Iruka's handiwork. They were surprised to hear that it was a child's. We then get to see Team 7 formation. They did not know that much about Naruto. He stuck to himself most of the times. But now, Kakashi, Sasuke, Sakura, they witnessed what he was truly made of. The two other genins were caught off guard when Naruto lashed out at the copy ninja. Kakashi even had to reveal his Sharingan, taking Naruto a bit seriously. In the end though, he still triumphed, but Naruto was far stronger than he could ever imagine. In the end, Team 7 won because Naruto chose to feed Sakura. Guy and Kakashi had a conversation about the test later that night. Guy had a suspicion. Given the way Naruto's body worked, he wasn't sure, but the implication of what Naruto could do with the inner 8 gates. Kakashi was stunned by Guy's words. So yeah guys, basically last we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode. Despite the bell test ending some time ago, Sasuke still could not get it off his mind, as he was there, locked in his thoughts. Even being close to Naruto, he was trying to understand just what was he. Sasuke could not see what was happening. At first he thought that it was some kind of trickery, until the two of them had finally stopped. In the center of the field where Kakashi had bound Naruto with ropes that he broke like it was absolutely nothing. Sasuke was trying to understand what was he? Sakura was worst off. She hadn't seen a single thing from Naruto. She knew that he was down there fighting the sensei of their group, but he was simply much too fast. Much faster than she could have ever imagined. Kakashi, having spoken to Guy the night before, was still in astonishment. Guy, despite being all cheery, trusted Naruto enough to show him the way, because he believed that Naruto was more than powerful enough. And from what Kakashi had seen, he had to say that Guy's theories were correct. Naruto was truly indeed special. There was no chakra flow, but his muscles and instincts were on another level. Keep in mind that he was just 13 years old. As the following days went by, they should have been boring, D-rank missions, more like chores, tasks, to make sure that they teach the younger ninjas that everything was relevant, from the smallest actions. Yes, they were going to teach them that. But for Naruto, it was like being trained by Guy once again. Even picking up trash, Naruto turned it into a little fun game. As Sakura and Sasuke were astonished, he zipped across the field like a blur. Even when it came to pulling the weeds, Naruto created a massive pile that towered over them in a matter of moments. What the? Sakura said in true astonishment, unable to believe what she was looking at. Sasuke could not speak, standing there looking at his small pile. The old lady stood there rather shocked as Naruto smiled at her. Mission's done, he said. When it came to Tora the cat that was responsible for many Genin's nightmare. By the time Naruto was done, even the cat looked defeated, like it knew that escape was pointless. Absolutely so. Kakashi chuckled softly, seeing the others' two reaction to this, as they were so astonished by all that Naruto seemed to accomplish within moments. And then finally, the team was given their first mission outside of the village, a C rank. Their client was a man known as Tazuna. He was building a bridge, and they were ordered to keep him safe. He was unimpressed though when he saw them. These are the ninjas I hired. A pink-haired girl, a emo, and a blonde-haired kid that looked like he can't even lift a hammer. What a waste of money, he said. Naruto did not bother responding, holding on to his bag with his equipments. The trip was quiet there. The sun was hot. Until the demon brothers decided to attack. The first one that they went after was Kakashi. Sakura screamed as she watched. Her sensei was torn apart. Sasuke jumped back, hand flying towards his shuriken pouch. But Naruto, he did not even move. They kept their sight on Sakura because she was in front of the bridge builder. As Naruto stood there, Kakashi watched from the trees, wanting to see how they would react in the face of real danger. And Kakashi saw it. Sasuke did not. His weapon pulling was useless. Two black rods, bounded by a steel chain, pulled from Naruto's bag. It was a nunchuck. Guy taught Naruto how to handle himself with all sorts of weapons, and this was one that he specialized in. With a single twirl, Naruto caught their chain mid-swing. As he redirected it, the demon brothers were shocked. Despite the strength that they were pulling with, the chain and their arm betrayed them as they were launched back to Naruto. They tried to stop themselves, but as the two black rods whipped through the air, they knew this was going to be bad. The nunchucks flare, striking like vipers. The amount of force behind it was terrifying. One of the demon brothers were sent through a tree, crashing with such a force, the entire thing came down. The other fell to his knees. All the air blasted from his lungs as Naruto delivered a vicious blow to his chest. Despite the armor that he was wearing there under his shirt, the force had him staggering for breath. Sasuke froze mid-motion. He had the weapon in his hand ready to fight. But I couldn't keep up, he thought to himself. He ended it before I could even move. Tazuna was speechless. This kid, he said. Sakura, hand trembling at her chest. Truly astonished once again. That word simply came up more than often nowadays. As Kakashi revealed himself, the only demon brother conscious was the one on the ground, on his knees in front of Naruto. As Naruto whacked him across the head when he tried to rise once again, knocking him out. However, it wasn't over yet. If anything, it was much more dangerous than they originally thought. Kakashi said to himself as he watched the two unconscious demon brothers. Time skip. The worst of the worst came. Zabuza, Momochi, a demon amongst men. He walked with the purpose of death behind him. The sensation reeking through the very air itself. When he showed up, Team 7 was hit with so much bloodlust. Everyone was trembling except for one. As Kakashi reassured them that they will be okay, he was surprised that Naruto seemed to be calm. Even Zabuza noticed that. The kid was calm, strangely so. A brutal battle took place. It ended with Sakura screaming out her sensei's name as he was trapped in a water prison. Zabuza laughed darkly as he created 3 water clones. They were approaching fast. Naruto pulled the nunchuck and lowered himself. Zabuza smirked. "Oi, brat," he said. "Are you going to swing those toys at me?" he questioned. But Naruto did not respond, as the air around him suddenly felt alive with tension. He moved. The ground cracked. Zabuza blinked as his three water clones prepared themselves. The nunchuck slammed against one of them as sparks. It teared through with a miss. Blade versus nunchuck, but the other part came crushing into the clone's head, dispersing it. Another clone appeared and swung. It seems that Naruto was torn in half, but all the clone cut through was the remaining water in the ear. Where did he? Bam! From his chin going up, the clone was turned into water once again. The last one swung through the mist, trying to tear through Naruto in a wide arc. But as he turned his blade, Naruto was on the tip of it. He spun around, but Naruto was gone. His leg was knocked away from underneath him. The last thing he saw was the nunchuck driving into his head. They were all erased. Naruto stood there, looking at the water as he turned. He turned towards Sasuke. Kakashi could not hear what they were saying. Neither could Zabuza. As Zabuza was truly astonished by this kid, once again another person. Shocked by Naruto and his potential, his strength. Just what in the world was he? "You won't be able to keep up," Sasuke said. "Just do it," said Naruto. "Fine." Sasuke pulled out a handful of kunais and launched them towards Zabuza. Naruto was gone in an instant. Zabuza simply smirked. "Does your brats really think that this is going to..." Zabuza blinked when he saw Naruto hopping from one kunai to the other. The mere fact that he was able to keep up with his speed and hop from them, he outpaced them. Watching within the trees was Zabuza's accomplice Haku. Haku was unable to speak at what he was looking at. Naruto was outpacing Sasuke, throwing speed like it was nothing, using them to clear the distance, the water below. However, Zabuza smirked. "Stupid move, brat," he said. He sunk his hand down. The water exploded outwards. That stopped Naruto for a moment, and thus, Zabuza swung his blade. Everyone's eyes went wide. It would cut through the water and clean through Naruto as well. It was over, they thought, until the kunai broke into several pieces. Zabuza hit nothing. Naruto had pushed off with such force. The kunai under his feet shattered. Zabuza swung his blade hard enough. He felt the weight, the change in the weight, but it was too late. Naruto was on top of his blade, standing on the side. Zabuza turned and pulled back. Years of instincts kicking in. Naruto's feet whipped past his face. The water that Kakashi was stuck in rippled with such a terrifying force. The bandage on Zabuza's face was split as Naruto grazed him, blood leaking from his cheek. Zabuza tried to pull the blade back up, but Naruto stepped. Zabuza could no longer hold on to it. The blade fell from his hand. As he looked at Naruto, he wondered, what kind of monster is this? Naruto stepped on the hilt of the blade, allowing it to shoot upwards as he kicked it. Zabuza had no choice but to jump away, flipping away as he reached and grabbed his own blade. The problem was he took his eyes off Naruto for a moment, and his hand out of the prison. Boom! Naruto's feet struck his temple with such a force. It was just for a split second, but the distance was too small, and Naruto's speed was too great. Zabuza staggered underwater, his feet falling in, as he lost consciousness for a moment. Yes, he lost consciousness, the chakra on the bottom of his feet, staggering. However, he regained consciousness the next moment, a spike of adrenaline, due to years of conditioning within his own village and out. A special technique. However, the strain that it put on the body, forcing the mind to wake up, was a lot. But Zabuza did not care, because if he did not do something, he would die. His strength seemed to double in that moment as he yanked the blade back, only for it to be blocked by the back of Kakashi's hand, the metal plating, breaking in, but Kakashi hold it where it was. He's no longer your opponent. I am, said Kakashi as Naruto landed on his back. Naruto pushed off and flipped several times in mid-air, landing on the shore. The battle that followed was devastating on Zabuza's part. He was knocked around. He was knocked back into a tree, unable to keep up. His mind was still reeling from the short bursts of energy, the disturbance that he got from being knocked so hard in the temple, still affecting him. He was taken down. Before he could be killed though, someone arrived. Sakura blinked as Naruto took the kunai out of her hand. He launched it. It flew across the river, tearing through the air. Haku moved just in time. It tore through his mask like it was made of butter, almost splitting it completely. He immediately went on the offensive, quickly summoning a wall of water similar to what Zabuza had done, forcing Kakashi back. By the time the water fell, they had vanished, using a very special technique to get the hell out of there. The copy ninja questioned Naruto on how he knew once they got back to the house. Naruto had felt something off. He didn't know what it was. However, Kakashi immediately realized it go much beyond instincts. The very essence of threat. Naruto seemed to feel it, without the amplification of any chakra, any at all. Kakashi was more shocked than ever before, but he was exhausted, gravely so, overusing the Sharingan within the final battle. The strain that it placed on him was phenomenal. Time skip. When Team 7 finally got back into their training, this was not something that Naruto could accomplish. Sakura finished hers rather easily. As she ventured out, she found Naruto. He was moving so fast. She only saw him when he stopped to take a break. He turned to face her. "What do you want?" he said. She was nervous, but she finally let it out. "Why don't you like us?" she said. Did we do something wrong?" She questioned him. It is shown rather well, despite training with Guy so long, Naruto was nothing like Guy in terms of his personality. He never truly changed over the years. As he looked towards Sakura, he blinked in confusion when she said what she said. "Well, you're always off training, running around, swinging those strange weapons. You don't even talk to us. It's like you don't care if we're a team," she said to Naruto. However, she was really wrong. As he raised his hands in defense. "What? Of course I like you guys," he said, trying to show that he meant no harm. "You're my team. You're like my people," said Naruto. He simply wasn't used to being forward with his emotions, something that not even Guy, who was the king of being overly dramatic, could help him with. Guy could not help him with that. Sakura blinked, never expecting that response, Not in the slightest. She thought he didn't like them. As Naruto thought about it, yeah, I do spend a lot of time training, but that is just what I've always done. I didn't realize I was being unavailable or whatever. As Naruto remembered Guy lesson about keeping balance between strength and bonds as well. I guess I kind of suck at the whole friend thing. As Sakura realized that she was wrong, he had nothing against them. In fact, he seemed to really like them. Later that night, Sasuke was still having some trouble with walking up the tree, something that Sakura excelled in. As Naruto arrived, deciding to be a bit more open, something he wasn't used to at all. And it was indeed awkward. "Oi, Sasuke," said Naruto. Sasuke slipped down the tree. As he turned, "What do you want?" he said. "You're overthinking it," said Naruto. Overthinking what? The whole exercise. Sasuke remembered Naruto had said something about his inability to use chakra the way they did. "You admitted that you can't use chakra the way we do. How would you even know?" "You're right. I don't have much use for chakra, but that doesn't mean I can't help." Naruto stepped towards the tree as he pressed his palm on it. "Yesterday, Sakura was curious. After seeing the things I've done, she asked me what it was like having this body of mine. I told her it's like carrying a weight inside that does not go where it's supposed to. I can't rely on chakra to carry me, so I had to make my body strong enough to carry itself," said Naruto. He stood as he tapped Sasuke's chest with 2 fingers. "But you're the opposite. You have chakra, and a lot of it. You just don't know what it feels like when it clicks." Sasuke narrowed his eyes. "So what? You're gonna teach me what it feels like?" Sasuke questioned. "Exactly," said Naruto. Naruto held his hand out. Sasuke looked at the hand like it was some sort of trap, watching it very carefully. But after a moment, he grasped it. Naruto then took a hold of it firmly. "Alright, focus your chakra into your feet. Don't think about the tree. Think about grounding yourself like this." He shifted his weight, guiding Sasuke's balance slightly with his arm. Sasuke felt a surprising amount of steadiness flow from Naruto's stance. It wasn't chakra, it was pure physical awareness, an awareness that rooted him and forced him to adjust. For the first time, he felt a flicker more as he understood what Naruto meant. His feet rested against the bark for a moment longer before he slipped. "See? You're getting it," said Naruto. "Sometimes you don't need words. You need to see and feel." Sasuke had the hint of surprise as he looked at Naruto. "You're not what I thought you were," he said. "I could say the same for you," said Naruto. Sakura, who came out, watched them from the shadows, smiling happily to see everyone was getting along. Time skip. The child was really upset as Team 7 learned why Inari said what he said, why he was the way that he was. The more Naruto learned about Gato, the angrier he became. The more time passed, the more rage boiled inside of him. When Naruto went outside, he saw Inari alone on the pier. He sat with him and talked to him, channeling his inner might Guy. What Guy would say in that moment to cheer the child up? His words were more than inspiring, talking about youth and strength, something he wasn't used to, but Naruto wasn't used to dealing with emotional situations. But it seemed to work rather well. Team 7 kept on moving to the bridge as Naruto offers assistance, seeing it as a great way to train. Something Sasuke took notice of. Naruto always finds some way to train, whether it be their D-rank missions or something else. Sasuke started stepping as well, believing that it would also help him get stronger as well. Even Sakura looked intrigued, but she hadn't been pushed forward yet to step in. However, as Team 7 made their way after the week, they found many of the builders unconscious, and they soon realized why. This time Zabuza wasn't alone. He came with backup, no hiding in the shadows. Naruto and Sasuke stood there. Sakura stepped back, standing in front of the client. Haku knew that. He couldn't afford to hesitate around that one right there. The blonde-haired boy. He seen his speed and saw a bit of what he was capable of. He couldn't afford to hesitate like that. He had to take him down immediately. He summoned his most powerful technique, knowing that hand-to-hand simply won't cut it. Naruto's style was much too fast. And Sasuke was the second problem. Haku could not focus on one, so he trapped them instead. While another phenomenal battle took place outside. It's over, Haku said. He appeared in every single mirror. Needles rained down endlessly, like raindrops falling upon them. Naruto twisted and turned each senbon, passing him, those close enough knocked away by the back of his hand. His arms whipping like iron cords. His breathing was stable and steady. His eyes were sharp. But Sasuke was falling behind, losing momentum, losing his speed. Every second, more senbons hit his arms or legs. He tried to keep up, tried to mimic Naruto movements, but his body screamed in protest. He just wasn't fast enough. Another wave of senbon came down as Naruto twisted through them like it was water and he was gliding across it. Sasuke cursed inwardly. Why am I so slow, he said, as he saw Naruto movements, his speed, his strength. He was angry, jealous even, as the rage boiled in his chest, not at Naruto but at his own predicament, at his own weakness. He hated every single moment of it. His weakness brought back memories. Those cold Sharingan eyes looking at him. That atmosphere threatening to suffocate him. Rage and desperation sparked something deep within him. The whirl. It sharpened. Needles slowed down. For the first time Sasuke saw the pattern. He saw the gap during the attacks. The flicker of movement in the mirrors. As his eyes bled crimson. The totem spinning lazily in his eyes. Sasuke moved and twists, his movement sharper, faster than ever before. He dodged the next volley with a grace that startled Haku and surprised Naruto. As Naruto saw it, the change in Sasuke's eyes. Sasuke smirked. I'm not gonna be left behind, he said. However, Haku was relentless, refusing to give them a moment of breath. Together they weaved through the steel, getting closer, Sasuke predicting every movement, Naruto tearing through all the senbons as he moved closer and closer to the mirrors. The reason why Naruto had not strike was because he was worried about Sasuke. He wanted to stay close, in case the enemy went harder, but they were showing absolutely no signs of slowing down. Naruto's body started to curl, twisting like a snake, ready to launch and strike. Naruto then vanished, shocking Haku. Naruto stepped from one mirror to another, shattering them with each movement. Haku was speechless. Spinning in mid-air, Naruto shattered 3 mirrors. As the shards flew out, the ice crystals. Haku's voice echoed, This is impossible. He could not target Naruto, so he decided to target the other one. That would slow him down to protect his comrade. The senbon intensified, the exact thing that Naruto was worried about, as all of them came down towards Sasuke. Sasuke's eyes could keep up, but his body just wasn't fast enough. His limbs screamed to move faster, but the speed simply wasn't there. The swallow of Senbons were about to swallow him whole as Naruto cursed under his breath. The next moment though, they all felt it. The eruption of power. Naruto jumped straight into the fourth gate. No build up, no pushing through the first, second and third. He leaped into the fourth. The mirror, entire section reduced to dust as Naruto pushed off with such a force. The entire wave and air itself trembled. Naruto's movement was so fast, Haku stopped. As all of the Senbons that were seconds away from striking Sasuke were blasted away. Sasuke's eyes widened, realizing how close he was to death. Naruto's aura intensified. The monstrous energy causing the bridge to suffer because of it. The entire thing was trembling. When Naruto leapt off the bridge, he stood in mid-air for a moment, seeing all of the mirrors. Naruto's fists started to come out as blurs. Haku was stunned in under a minute. Every single mirror. He tried to repair them as Naruto shattered all of them. Haku moved out of the one that he was currently in as Naruto reached it. He leapt back, landing on the bridge. But Naruto was gone. He felt the sensation and spun, but Naruto ducked. The fist in his gut felt like his entire body had been shattered into small pieces. Naruto gripped his head and slammed his knee in his face. The mask shattered into small little pieces as Haku staggered back, struggling to regain his momentum. Naruto pulled the nunchucks as he cracked it through the air. His movements were swift, just like how Guy taught him, each end slamming against Haku's arms, ribs, legs. Haku could not keep up, his mind struggling to adapt to this speed. He was fast, but he wasn't this fast. He staggered, his bones creaking under the impact, but Naruto was not finished. Not yet. Naruto threw the weapon in the air. As time itself seemed to slow as he lashed out each blow that he threw. Haku spat up blood. Naruto knocked his foot away and kicked him in the ear. He then grabbed the nunchuck mid-ear and drive it down, the blow shattering Haku. He lay in a crater on the bridge. He could not move. Not a single part of his body except for his head. He could not move as he lay there, broken. His face gazing up at the heavens. There was nothing that he could do as he lay there. And that is where Naruto knew how to end this. He grabbed Haku. Pain in every movement for Haku. As Naruto held him up. "Give up," he said, causing a battle between Zabuza and Kakashi to come to a stop right there. "Or I'll finish him right here," said Naruto. Zabuza narrowed his gaze. "You think you can threaten me, brat? You think I care about..." Zabuza paused. He was just about to call Haku his tool, but there was something within those eyes that made him hesitate. It didn't feel like he was looking at a child. Remembering his last encounter with Naruto, he hesitated. Sasuke, standing not too far behind. The feeling that Naruto was giving off was much more terrifying than before. As slowly Sakura and Tazuna approached, believing that it was over. However, a problem rose as Naruto picked up on it before they even arrived fully. Well. A fine little drama we have here. Gato approached, his cane tapping against the bridge, but Gato wasn't alone. His main two guards were there, coming behind him slowly, but they were not alone either. Gato had his boys, a lot of them, but what Naruto was looking at was the bound and gag, Inari and Tsunami. Gato two main thugs had went by the house and grabbed the both of them. facing an opponent that they could not do anything against. They were dragged here, bound and tied up. As Inari had tears in his eyes, Kazuna stepped forward. "No! Stop this! I'll hand myself over," but Kakashi stopped him. "Stop. That won't save them," said Kakashi. Seeing the look in Gato's eyes, he's come across that look before, a lot of times. But Naruto was not listening as he released Haku. Haku looked up, and he seemed terrified. "You dare," Naruto said, his fingers digging into the bridge. As he leaned over angrily, "You dare to lay hands on them," his voice silencing many, the innocent, the helpless, children. When Naruto looked up, many were shocked as they saw his eyes, the pure anger behind them. "You are everything that is wrong with this world." That is one of the main reasons why Naruto wasn't like Guy, given the way he was treated growing up. Naruto never saw much to smile about constantly. He never saw much to laugh about constantly. He could never express that feeling the way Guy did. That is why it was so hard for him to open up to Sakura and Sasuke, as they believed that he hated them in the beginning, but he did not. He just saw the world differently. It was because of people like this, Naruto truly knew that darkness was out there. He clenched his fists. This world, it was cruel, it was wicked. Men like you, they don't deserve mercy. Gato sneered at that. "Kill them already," he barked at his guards. However, with a roar, Naruto's body exploded in power as he tapped into the fifth gate. The green energy whipping off him. The gate of limit burst open. Zabuza felt the sword pull away from his hand, but he could not see. It moved so fast. Boom! Zabuza blade hit the bridge. However, it went through him. Gato, his body was split into two halves. As Naruto had brought it down with such force, it cut cleanly through Gato, tear through everything, splitting him. The two thugs, they barely flinched as Naruto spun, their heads dropping off into the water. Naruto despised what he was doing, ruthlessly taking life like this. But monsters like this did not deserve to breathe. Naruto held the bloody sword as he rose fully. "Who's next?" he said. They started to run for their life. Those two that he just killed were Gato's best. And now that Gato was dead, none of them were willing to risk their life for nothing. Naruto then turned. His gaze locked with Zabuza. The others were petrified. "One more move, and I'll bury you as well." Zabuza released a dry laugh. "There's no need. My job is done here. My employer is dead. My mission is finished. Give me back my sword." Naruto looked at the blade before tossing it back. Zabuza reached and picked his blade up. Walking over as he picked Haku up, who was still broken. He started to walk Sakura, watching him very carefully, Kakashi's eye on him. But the real monster was back there. He turned and looked back at Naruto once more. That green aura flickering off him. He vanished away as Kakashi watches Naruto return back to normal, looking at his hands. He hated what he did, but knowing that there was a necessity. It was on this day that he learned just how the world works. But it wasn't just that. He showed no fatigue, no sign of tiredness, even after tapping into the gates that much. Could Guy be right? Could Naruto be the one to use the 8 inner gates without limits, without death? Kakashi's question rang through his own mind. as the child and mother were safe. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off for now. See you guys soon. Peace.